What is up, everyone? We are back here with another album reaction, and today we are here with some more Beatles. And this is, a really big one. I mean, this is the last album that I have to listen to from them. I've listened to everything else up until this point. Um, I really couldn't tell you what my favorite Beatles album is at this point. I actually still can't decide. Um, I think every single Beatles album offers something, you know, different. And it's just hard to choose one because they have such consistency in their quality, in my opinion. And yeah, if I would have to say, it's probably between Revolver and Magical Mystery Tour. Um, and yeah, I'm not gonna decide that, but anyway. Yeah, I got these new headphones. They're really good. They're like open back headphones, and they allow me to hear more details than before. And yeah, I'm excited to use these for this reaction. Anyway, yeah, I just can't believe this this is like we're at this point. Like it feels like I've held this album off for a while, and I guess that's not really true because I did let it be like 5 months ago, so it hasn't been like the longest amount of time, but it feels like I've been holding this off for a while. I guess because I have gone through their discography in order. Uh, I went back to Please Please Me, and then went on from there. Um, and I didn't get my reactions to those first couple of albums, like the first 5 albums or so. I think my first reaction that I got was Sergeant Pepper's, and yeah, ever since then, um, it's just been those videos have done well, and I'm really proud of them, to be honest. I look back at the my old reactions. Well, they're not even that old. They're like a year old at this point, and if you didn't know, I really first got into the Beatles like, well, obviously my parents used to play them. I've heard them around because they're the Beatles. Even as a kid, um, obviously, I didn't even realize that uh, I had heard "Hello Goodbye" like a lot of times before I even listened to it. Um, and I've really myself like digged deeper into their discography like within the last year or two. Uh, by the way, if you just want to skip forward to track number one, Come Together, then go for it. I have the timestamps in the description and in the comments. Um, but yeah, the, what was I saying? Um, but yeah, oh, there was something else. There's just so many thoughts going around in my head right now that I want to say. Okay, so I'm not gonna read the lyrics on this listen. That's different from what I've done with previous listens. You guys may be shocked by this. I don't know. Uh, you know, how I like to go through the lyrics on uh, previous listens, but I think since then I've realized that you don't have to go through the lyrics on first listen. I mean, you can, and it's nice sometimes to go through the lyrics, but I feel like on first listen I'm more growing more towards like paying attention to what's happening in the music first and foremost, rather than like I pay attention to the whole thing, to the whole everything, rather than just splitting my attention between two things, if that makes sense. Because when I read the lyrics, half of my attention is in the lyrics and half my attention is in the music. But if I remove the lyrics, then most of my attention, or if not all my attention, is going into the music. So, for that reason, on this first listen, I'm not going to use lyrics. I'm still going to look at the context and some annotations for some songs. Um, but yeah, this is a huge moment. Like, this is one of the biggest and best albums of all time. Let's just say that right now. And this album cover is just, you know, you can't see it fully right now, but you guys know it. This is one of the most iconic album covers, if not the most iconic album cover of all time. Here it says about the album cover on Genius. This is probably one of the most iconic album covers of all time. It features a very simple design: the members of the Beatles walking across a zebra crossing on Abbey Road. The idea for the cover came from Paul McCartney and was taken outside of EMI Studios in London, England. Ian is how do you say that name? I have no clue how to say that name. Macmillan was only given 10 minutes to take the photo while standing on a stepladder with traffic cut off by police. According to the gentleman standing beside the black car on the right side of the image, I just happened to look up and I saw those guys walking across the street like a line of ducks. A bunch of cooks, I called them, because they were rather radical looking at that time. You didn't walk around in London barefoot. Wait, who is barefoot? Wait, Paul? Is Paul the only one barefoot there? um. Okay. And now there's this annotation here, which you guys can't see, but I'm just gonna read it, read some of it. And I know this is a long intro. I know people don't usually take like 10 minutes intros, but I just there's just a lot that I want to say, and you know, I like going through context too. So, considered as one of the best albums in history and critically acclaimed, Abbey Road is the Beatles' iconic 11th studio album and dubbed as the final Beatles album by some people. Originally, their unreleased 12th studio album, Let It Be, originally called Get Back, had been worked on and produced before Abbey Road, but tensions and no freedom between the creativity of the members made them part from this album, and the mixes and overdubs of some songs were not finished until 1970. That's why I listened to Let It Be first, because I think most of Let It Be was recorded before Abbey Road. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've heard. And the idea of start producing another album would begin during February 1969, exactly 3 weeks after the Get Back sessions. Yeah, that confirms it. Paul McCartney would talk with the group's producer, George Martin, about making an album the way we used to do it, without confrontations, tensions, and with a lot of freedom. And I know that there was a lot of tension between them on that I've gone through on Let It Be and the White Album. So it's interesting that they actually, like, for this album they, you know, got together. And is that why the first track's called Come Together? No, probably not. I don't know. And they actually worked together instead of fighting, and that's why they got this done. Which George Martin would accept with the condition of him being able to produce the entire album as he used to do before with them. Okay, that's enough talking. We're I don't know why the intro is so long. Let's go. Let's go. Come together. Let's just let this become part of our life. And yeah, let's go. Alright, let's do this. Track number 1, Come Together. And I think this one's written by John Lennon. Oh my god, that bass sounds insane. That bass line. Nice drums too. Oh! I have never heard this before. You guys are probably like, what? This is groovy. That bass line just makes this so groovy. And it's like on the left. Okay. Okay, guitar. The guitar is like mixed on the left side, and is that drums on the right side? Is that just... Yeah. I don't know. Wow. This is groovier than I was expecting. It's like, oh my god! That fucking bass. The drums are like perfect. Another guitar solo? Huh, I've never heard a guitar from the guitar quite like this from them. Kind of reminds me of a Pink Floyd guitar. Almost. Why am I getting Pink Floyd vibes? I actually just got like Pink Floyd vibes with that keyboard and that guitar. But oh my god, that bass, dude, that I think that's Paul on the bass. He's so good at it. Now, I didn't pay attention to the lyrics, but I will read the annotation. Yeah, I think the mixing on there and the production was top notch. Wow. Like the instruments were mixed like in different sides, which I think made it better. And the drums, yeah, I really enjoyed the drums are like soft in a way, and were perfectly matching. What a song. Okay. Here it says, Come Together is the opening track to Abbey Road, written by John Lennon, and to be used as a campaign song for famed LSD enthusiast Timothy Leary, who was running for governor of California at the time. Oh, that's interesting. It's been suggested that each verse talks about one of the members of the Beatles, or a self-portrait of Lennon himself. However, by his own admission, Lennon often simply filled his lyrics with sequiturs. I don't know what that is. Is this... Okay, so there's a quote from him here. The thing was created in the studio. It's gobbledygook. I cannot say that. Come Together was an expression that Leary had come up with for his attempt at being president, or whatever he wanted to be, and he asked me to write a campaign song. I tried and tried, but I couldn't come up with one, but I came up with this, Come Together, which would have been no good to him. You couldn't have a campaign song like that, right? I mean, that would actually be a pretty cool campaign song, in my opinion, with that bass. Okay. Let's keep going. Track number 2. Something. It's the first George Harrison penned track on Abbey Road. It is hailed as one of the greatest love songs of all time by Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I think this is like maybe about someone Harrison loves. Probably, I mean, obviously. Let's go. I don't know why I call him Harrison. I just can't believe I'm about to listen to this. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover.
Shit!
Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile, she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me. Don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
Oh my god!
You're asking me, will my love grow?
Woo!
I don't know. I don't know.
Ah!
You stick around now, it may show. I don't know.
These strings.
I don't know.
Ah! The bass. The drums. What? What?
Something in the way she knows. And all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
That was unbelievable. What? What did I just listen to? Fuck. Okay, yeah, that was maybe like the best George Harrison song I've ever heard. I mean, those strings, the bass, his voice, the drums, that man, that's all I can really say. Those strings, especially, were very luscious, very soft, and they like perfectly complemented everything. I've never heard like besides like electric like light orchestra, I don't think I've heard a band use strings like this well, and other other instruments as well, like horns. They are so good at using other instruments. Like on Revolver, like Got to Get You Into My Life. The horns on there are just amazing. And then there's a lot of other examples, like Savoy Truffle. I'm forgetting more, but and then the Penny Lane has like another unique instrument. Like it's just they use a lot of unique. Well, not unique because I'm not gonna say like no one has ever used them before, but it's actually more about the way they use them more than anything. Like I know a lot of people use strings and horns in their music, but it's just more about the way that they use them that it's just it perfectly complements everything. The melodies, the you know, the verses, chorus, um, and build they build it around the song, you know. Something is the first George Harrison. Oh, I already read that. It is hailed as one of the greatest love songs of all time by Frank Sinatra, who mistakenly introduced it in a live performance as a Lennon-McCartney song. Well, you're wrong, Frank Sinatra, because George is the underrated underdog, and he's always been like, you know, underappreciated. I feel more than well, you know, I'm not gonna go into it. The song is likely about Patty Boyd, Harrison's then wife. She would go on to get involved with numerous other rock stars, most notably Eric Clapton. George later denied that the song was about her. Well, no, I didn't write it about her. I just wrote it, and then somebody put together a video. And what they did was they went out and got some footage of me and Patty, Paul and Linda, Ringo and Marine. It was at that time, and John and Yoko, and they just made up a little video to go with it. So then everybody presumed I wrote it about Patty, but actually, when I wrote it, I was thinking of Ray Charles. What? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Ray Charles. Oh, okay, you guys are gonna kill me for not knowing who that is. You guys are gonna kill me. The song was released on a single with Come Together peaking at number 4 in the UK and number 1 in the US. Let's keep going. Track number 3 says this one was written primarily by Paul McCartney. Let's go. Maxwell Silver Hammer, track number 3. Oh shit! It went to the wrong one.
Late nights all alone with a test tube. Oh, oh, oh. Maxwell Edison, majoring in medicine, calls her on the phone. Can I take you out to the pictures, John?
Yeah, the mixing and the production on this one is amazing too.
Getting ready to go. A knock comes on the door. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer came down upon her head. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer made sure that she was dead.
I keep reading the lyrics on accident by habit. Whoa. Nice synths. This one has a... It has a good vibe to it.
She tells Max to stay when the glass has gone away, so he waits behind. Writing 50 times, I must not be so. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow.
When she turns her back on the boy,
It's like a storytelling song.
bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer came down on her head. Do-do-do-do-do. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer made sure that she was dead.
What? Made sure she was dead? Okay. Nice. Guitar solo, man.
BC 31 said we go to dirty one. Maxwell stands alone, painting testimonial.
I like the piano and it's a simple-ish drum beat, but it works well. Oh. Okay, what's going on in the background? Holy crap.
But as the words are leaving his lips, a noise comes from behind. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer came down upon his head. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer made sure that he was dead.
Woo! Interesting song. That was... Okay, so every single song has been completely different so far. Like, completely different. Man. This is... What the heck? That... Yeah. That synth. Was that a synth? That sounded really... like a different kind of synth that I'm used to. Like... And it was, like... going on in the background. The third track from Abbey Road tells the story of a student who commits a spontaneous and gruesome murder. Oh. That's not good. Written primarily by Paul McCartney, but as usual credited under the Lennon-McCartney moniker. The song is one of many Paul wrote, which showed the influence of music hall songs his father performed when Paul was young, along with tracks like When I'm 64, Your Mother Should Know, and Honey Pie. The song became infamous in later years after the other Beatles spoke out about the song's stressful and lengthy recording process. Really, with John Lennon declaring, "I hate it," in an interview, and Ringo calling it the worst session ever. That's cool context. Other noteworthy aspects of the song include the use of a Moog synthesizer, because I know that Paul was kind of like a perfectionist, or at least that's what I've heard before. Like, he would keep going until he thought it was absolutely, like, just good, perfect. And yeah, I would dislike that too, because there are other, you don't need it to be perfect, like, I don't know, but anyway. Well, other noteworthy aspects of the song include the use of a Moog synthesizer by Paul and the repeated two-strike of an anvil. Oh, that wasn't drums, those were... What? That was an anvil? Yeah, okay, no, I'm blown away already. This is... And the track's called Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Oh my god. Wait, that's genius. Wait. Wait. It isn't known for certain whether the anvil strikes were performed by Ringo or Malcolm Mal Evans, a roadie and technician for the band. Okay, let's keep going. Track number 4, Oh Darling. Written by McCartney, says? Okay. Let's go.
Oh, darling, please believe me.
Dude, the bass has been so good
I'll never
so
do
far.
you no harm.
It's just so warm and... Man.
Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Oh, darling, if you
Ooh.
leave me,
We got a piano in the left side and then a guitar on the right side. Okay, backing vocals.
don't ever leave me alone. When you told me
Nice piano. Is this...
you
Oh,
didn't need me anymore. Well, you know I nearly broke down and cried.
ah! Ah!
You didn't need me anymore. Well, you know
This is exceeding my expectations.
oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe
That piano.
I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Believe me, darling, when you told me you didn't need me anymore.
his vocals. Oh! This guitar too. That was another masterpiece. I think every single song's been a masterpiece so far, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, maybe not masterpiece. Like Maxwell's Silver Hammer could be debated, but that one was definitely a masterpiece. It's just that bass, that bass, dude. Over the last like month or two, I've really started to notice bass more, I guess. Like once you start kind of consciously looking out for it, it's like you can't miss it anymore. Like when you first get into music, I feel like bass is kind of like just part of everything, and you focus more on like, or at least this is what I did, I focus more on like, you know, the obvious instruments and the obvious vocals, but the more that I listen to music, the more I realize how important bass is to songs. You know? Bass is basically the backbone. And if you don't have bass, it feels empty. It really does. And even when you're not noticing it, it's there doing so much work. And this is like just a perfect example of why bass is so important and so good, because this bass is just making these songs so good. And I know I'm praising the bass a lot, but it's deserved, because bass players don't usually get the love they deserve, honestly. Or from what I don't know. Like, I know some people love bass players, but anyway. And also the drums. Let's not forget about the drums too. I mean, drumming also has been standing out to me more, as I've listened more to music. And yeah, drumming I'd say is maybe just as important as bass, if not even more important, because it controls like the tempo and the speed of a song, basically, in a way. So yeah, like bass and drums are the foundation of music, really. So let's read this annotation. The relatively simple lyrical content consists of him pleading with a girl, imploring her not to leave him. Due to the intense and potentially painful nature of the vocal necessary, McCartney would make an attempt at a vocal each day for several days, until finally achieving the desired result. Yeah, that I forgot to say that. Yeah, that was some of the best vocals I've heard from McCartney. He like you can feel the emotion that he puts into his vocals, like more than any other Beatle, in my opinion. Well, that's actually tough because John is also very emotional in his vocals, but you can just feel the emotion in his voice. Like, even on Ram, like on tracks like Monkberry Moon Delight, like, he puts so much emotion into it. And, like, it almost like he's singing it, but I can't even describe it. You know? I can't even describe it. But yeah, let's keep going. Octopus's Garden. Alright, let's keep going. This one was I think this one's written by Ringo Starr and sung by Ringo Starr. So that's cool. I actually do like Ringo's tracks. He, like, Don't Pass Me By has kind of grown on me, and With a Little Help from My Friends is good. You know, he has some good tracks. So, let's go. Wow. What a start.
I'd like to be
You just immediately start like that.
in an octopus's garden.
This
in the
is-
shade.
Oh my god, man.
He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask
That
my
guitar.
friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden.
What am I listening to?
We would be warm below the storm
Is this...
in our little hideaway.
Okay, nah,
no,
this is maybe the best album ever.
resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance.
That piano. Is that piano? What is that? Yeah, it has to be.
I'd like to be under the sea in an
The
octopus's
layers on this
in the
one.
shade.
There's a lot going on. It's going from side to side.
We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's
I wasn't expecting the guitar to be this good. I haven't heard guitar like this from them. I haven't heard guitar like this from them. Like, it feels more... I don't know how to put it. I really don't know. It just feels more Pink Floyd-ish. Like, and I know this is before Pink Floyd. Well, was it? No, I think Pink Floyd came around the same time, but that guitar tone, like I really don't know how to describe it. It feels maybe sharper, and the attack feels sharper. It's just hard to describe, you know? But, yeah, I haven't heard guitar quite like this from them. Is that... who's on guitar? Is that George on guitar? That'd be interesting to know. And that piano. Who's on the piano? Is Billy Preston or something on the piano? Who the fuck is on the piano? Because, like, what? They're, like, insane. Paul and John are on piano. I didn't know they were, like, that good at piano. My god. Like, how is Paul good at piano, bass, and singing? Like, what? And guitar, probably. And I don't know. Let's just leave it there. Okay, let's keep going. Oh wait, I didn't read the description for that one. The idea of Octopus's garden came to Ringo Starr when he was on comedian Peter Sellers' boat in Sardinia in 1968 on holiday with his family after having temporarily leaving the Beatles during their recording of the White Album due to tensions in the group. Starr ordered fish and chips, but the waiter mistakenly gave him squid, a first time for him, and he said of it, it was okay, a bit rubbery, tasted like chicken. The captain went on to tell Starr about how octopuses travel along the seabed, picking up stones and other shiny objects, and create gardens with them. Oh, I didn't know that. George Harrison said of the song, which he helped write, Octopus's Garden is a Ringo song. It's only the second song Ringo has ever written, mind you, and it's lovely. Paul McCartney and George Harrison supplied backup vocals, and the bubble sounds were created by Harrison, who blew them into a glass of milk using a straw. That's just so creative. I mean, I know it's not like the most mind-blowing thing, but we don't really see people do that much anymore. Like, actually, like, create sounds themselves and then implement it into the music. Like, most things are, like, taken from files that are already on the internet or that have already been created, and yeah, it's just not the same anymore. But okay, let's keep going. By the way, I have already listened to Here Comes the Sun. It's kind of hard to avoid that song because it's everywhere. But yeah, I'm still gonna listen to it, and it's still an amazing song. It's just, if you live in America or the UK, it's kind of impossible not to have heard Here Comes the Sun at some point. Like, it's kind of impossible. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I never heard Come Together or something before. I'm really surprised. Okay, let's keep going. That guitar. Is this John? Yeah. The bass. Wait, no, that was guitar. That was guitar. It's like following his voice. Ooh. The groove. Dude, there's like more of a groove on this album, man. That organ. We're only 2 minutes in. This is one of the grooviest songs I've heard. She's so This may be the best so far. I don't know what the. This is. are some of the best John vocals I've heard.
She's so
This transition. The guitar. They popped off! How do you do this? Wow, I can't. That got me crying, man. That got me crying. That's the first thing I can say. Like, was that like the atmosphere, bro? This is just unbelievable. I can't believe this. I'm actually just sitting here, still recovering from what I just heard. I That was maybe the best Beatles song I've ever heard. I'm not gonna lie, because that ending section was unlike anything I've ever heard. That whole song was unlike anything. Every single track on this album so far has been so different. It's that ending section with the guitar. Was this like shoegaze in 1969? Like what? That almost sounded like shoegaze. Like they were creating an atmosphere with. Oh my god. I don't even know what instrument that was. I don't know. But alright, so from this point on, I'm probably going to be pausing in between tracks less. But obviously, from there's a side B medley, I'm pretty sure, which starts at "You Never Give Me Your Money," I think, which pretty much goes to the end, which is literally called "The End." But there's another track after that called "Her Majesty." So yeah, I'm pretty sure it transitions from track to track, but we're not there quite yet. We still have "Here Comes the Sun" and "Because." So, but yeah, let me read this. Well, it's a lot actually. "I Want You, She's So Heavy" is one of the last songs the Beatles ever recorded. It appears as the closing track to Abbey Road's A-side, but the core of the composition was actually captured about 3 miles away in Soho at Trident Studios. Written primarily by John Lennon, the piece took 8 months to record, mix, and master. Despite being the first song initiated for what would be their final album, it was one of the last to be completed on August 20th, 1969. The last time all 4 Beatles would be in the same room together. Lennon wrote the lyrics for Yoko Ono. According to the Beatles' Bible, it was a direct outpouring of his all-consuming love, though it ultimately consists of a mere 14 words. Okay, let's keep going. "Here Comes the Sun." I think this might be like the most popular song on the album. I don't know. Something or Come Together might be more popular, but yeah, let's go. Alright, let's keep going. Track number 7, "Here Comes the Sun." It's George Harrison.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
The guitar on this is so good.
It's alright.
I didn't realize the strings this much before. The bass is... These headphones are so good for the space. Oh my god, man. I didn't realize how much the bass was doing. things are like mixed pretty well on this song. What is that on the left? I never knew what that was. Is that a synth? Yeah, that has to be a synth. Wow. Or is it? I don't know. The vibe on this one. That's synth, man. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. The vocals are so good too. They're like mixed on the right side. Okay, this is one of the last times that I'm gonna pause. Yeah, I just noticed like how they're kind of separating things in the mixing, like more specifically probably George Martin. He's probably mixing different instruments and doing different panning and using different sides, because I feel like, I don't know if this is just me, but it felt like the guitar was more on the left side and then the vocals and the bass were more on the right side. Or I don't know about the bass, but the vocals were definitely more on the right side, and unless I'm completely tripping. If you guys have good headphones, and let me know if you can hear that too. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah, just such a good vibe on that track. Just a good song to play when, I don't know, when it's a good day, or, you know. Here Comes the Sun is a George Harrison penned track from Abbey Road. I mean, George Harrison really shone on this album with Something and Here Comes the Sun. Like, those are some of the best and most popular on the album, and he was really starting to emerge as a band member on like Revolver and then the White Album and Sgt. Pepper's, and then he pretty much fully bloomed in this album, at least from what I'm hearing so far. Following a period of disillusion with the music industry, he skipped a day at Apple's offices and went to his good mate Eric Clapton's house. After feeling free and back in love with music, he wrote this song. Here Comes the Sun was written at the time when Apple was getting like school, where we had to go and be businessmen, sign this and sign that. Anyway, it seems as if winter in England goes on forever. By the time spring comes, you really deserve it. So one day I decided I was going to sag off Apple and went over to Eric Clapton's house. The relief of not having to go and see all those dopey accountants was wonderful. And I walked around the garden with one of Eric's acoustic guitars and wrote Here Comes the Sun. Let's keep going because track number 8. Who is this? Who is this sung by? George or John? Okay, let's go. Whoa, what is that instrument? Wow, that... Guitar?
Because the world is round, it turns me on.
What?
Because the world is round.
Wow, his vocals.
Because the wind is high, it blows my mind. Because the wind is high.
Wow. There has to be some backing vocals.
Love is all, love is you. Because
Another unique instrument.
is blue, it makes me cry. Because the sky is blue.
Let's keep going. You never give me your money. So I think the medley is where it starts here.
You never give me your money. You only give me your funny paper. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down.
I like the piano
I never
and the
give you
bass.
my number.
Is this
I
John
only
again?
give you my situation, and in the middle of investigation, I break down. Out of college, money spent, see no future,
Whoa.
pay no rent.
That's a sudden change.
Any jobber got the sack. Monday morning, turning back. Yellow lorry, slow, nowhere to go. But oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go.
Nice bass.
Oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
What is this? Whoa. Is that John? Who is this? Wait, no, this is McCartney. What? I'm just gonna not try. What is this bass doing? Guitar, nice guitar. You never give me your money. Okay, I think it's gonna transition. Yep. Segues to Sun King. Okay, so we're not gonna really be pausing anymore. Wow, nice bass. Nice guitar. Just so good. Nice restraint here. Man, this one is amazing. This... Oh my god! Nice drums. Is that Spanish? Wow. This one's a bit psychedelic. What? More drawn. Wow.
Such a mean old man. Such a mean old man. His sister Pam works in a shop. She never stops. She's a go-getter.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Takes him out to look at the queen. Only place that he's ever been. Always shouts out something obscene. Such a dirty old man. Dirty old man.
I can just hear the influence Polythene Pam. Okay, so these are shorter tracks. But it's definitely segueing track by track. Nice. Nice mixing. Dude, the drums. Nice. Oh my god, that transition. That transition. Dude, the way the drums carried on. And the... Is this another one by... I'm not even gonna guess who's singing. Just nice local vocal layering. She worked at 15 clubs a day. And though she thought I knew the answer, bass is still carrying it. Okay, nice. So I quit the police department and got myself a steady job. The guitar is more on... Well, there's guitar on both sides. To help me. She could steal, but she could not rob. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone to Monday. Tuesdays on the phone to me. Oh yeah. Let's keep going. Golden Slumbers.
To get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry.
These strings.
And I will sing a lullaby.
Man.
Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles await you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way
That was beautiful.
to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby.
We're on the next one? No! Sending. No. The end. Woo! Those drums. Okay. Switch up. Interesting. Oh, what a solo. Wow. Oh!
And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make.
Interesting line.
Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. I wanna tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine, oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine.
It's over. That's it. Wow. That's the last Beatles album. Let me read the annotation for the end and Her Majesty. That was just top notch. Everything. The bass, the drums, the vocals, the production, the mixing, the guitar, the strings. And that transition, those transitions between those tracks were, it really felt like that was just all one continuous thing. From You Never Give Me Your Money to like the end. Like that transition from Polythene Pam to She Came In Through the Window or whatever it's called. The bathroom window was some of the best transitions I've ever heard. Or segues, whatever you want to call them. Just how it feels like it's one continuation. And wow, that second half of the album went by quick. That was crazy how quick that went by. Like, the first half kind of took some time, and then the second half just went by like that. Probably because I didn't take like 3 minutes talking after each track. Yeah, that's probably why. Um, Interesting ending to the album with the end, and especially putting Her Majesty at the end. I thought that was kind of random. Like, why not make the end the last track? Anyway, let's read this. McCartney first. So this is the annotation for the end. And then the perfect capper, finishing with a song called The End, which features alternating guitar solos. Oh, wow. So they all were playing guitar? Features alternating guitar solos from John, George, and Paul, and a drum solo from Ringo. It was an ideal curtain call from a band that just a few years earlier had been a bunch of punk kids from a nowheresville called Liverpool with more confidence than skill. This is how you finish a career. More confidence than skill? That's an interesting way to put it. I don't know. I don't think they were always, you know, especially George. He was more on like the laid back side, but I guess he was confident. And then the annotation for Her Majesty. Let It Be might be the last Beatles album released, but Abbey Road was the last recorded, making Her Majesty the last Beatles song of sorts. Her Majesty is a snippet excluded from the Abbey Road medley, originally between Mean Mr. Mustard and Polythene Pam. The crashing D major chord at the beginning is actually the end of Mean Mr. Mustard. Why didn't they put it there then? What? It was one of the first hidden tracks to appear on a record. According to Beatles writer Ian McDonald, McCartney rightly judged that it didn't fit and told second engineer John Kurlander to cut it out and throw it away. Kurlander, who had been instructed never to discard anything the Beatles wrote, instead edited it for convenience's sake to the end of the medley. When McCartney heard this the following day, he liked the random effect. It is the shortest song in the Beatles' repertoire, clocking in at around 26 seconds. Well, that's going to conclude it for this has been an amazing journey going through the Beatles discography. It really has been, and it's been such an important part of my music journey, you know. And I really only started getting into them more and more in like the past 2 years. And this band was just, you know, they're really popular for a reason, because they were just special. You know, they were just special because they were just so talented. I mean, musically and um, yeah, musically and lyrically, and like for example, like Paul can play bass, guitar, piano, and like and John can play piano and guitar. Like that's not an easy thing to do. And let's give some credit to George Martin as well, because I think this this is maybe like some of his best production, some of his best mixing yet, and I think this was definitely the best bass and keyboards and synths. Like I wasn't expecting this many synths in here, and I wasn't expecting every single track to sound so different from the last. The keyboard, piano was amazing. The vocals. I think John had some really good vocals on here, and George, and Paul, and like I mean, and Ringo. It's just this might be one of the best albums I've ever listened to, and yeah, this was fun. Um, I don't know if I want to name my favorites right now because that's just really, really hard to do. That's just impossible because I liked every single one of these tracks a lot. And this album may end up becoming my favorite Beatles album. I don't know. And if it does, that's okay. I know it's like cliche to have Abbey Road as your favorite, but I don't know. I feel like right now I can say that this album has a lot of potential to be my favorite Beatles album because that was just mastery and showed pretty much all their skills in all different areas of their skills really well. And it felt like they really just came together one last time to record something that 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 they wanted to represent them in a way, I guess. And this is just them at their best. And the fact that this is their final album it's kind of sad, you know? Because you wonder what else they could have done if they stayed together. But at the same time, you also have to appreciate what we do have. And I think this is definitely something to appreciate a lot. They left us with this, and that's a good thing to leave us with, you know. I know there's still the rest of their solo discographies as well to listen to, and I'm gonna continue on with their solo discographies, Paul's, John's, and George's. Um, I could check out Ringo's at some point. I mean, he probably has a good album, I think. Um, but yeah. That's about all I have to say. I don't want to, drag this on too long. But this was, one of my favorite first album experiences, and Abbey Road is now going to be part of my life for you know, the rest of my life. And that's why I was like, this morning, I was like, why am I holding this off? Like, there's no point holding it off because the sooner that I listen to it, the faster that it becomes part of my life and part of my playlists, and the faster that I have more Beatles to listen to. But at the same time, I did like spacing out at the same time because it gave me time to process and actually listen to the albums properly, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's gonna conclude it. Actually, so this may not actually be the end of the Beatles because there are some tracks from them that I haven't heard before. Like Free as a Bird, I haven't heard that. Is that a track? I'm pretty sure. Now and Then, I haven't heard. Real Love, I haven't heard. I don't know what that is. And then there's also these other tracks on Past Masters that I haven't heard. I've heard some of these before, but there are some in here that I haven't heard. Like, From Me to You. I don't know if I've heard that one. Long Tall Sally, I haven't heard that one. I Call Your Name, haven't heard that one. Slow Down, haven't heard that one. Matchbox, haven't heard that one. She's a Woman, haven't heard that one. Bad Boy, haven't heard that one. Yes It Is, haven't heard that one. And I'm Down, haven't heard that one. Haven't heard Rain, haven't heard The Inner Light. So, oh wow, okay. I haven't heard The Ballad of John and Yoko, haven't heard that one. Old Brown Shoe, haven't heard that one. And You Know My Name, look up the number. So, let me know if you guys want me to react to those tracks, because yeah, the Beatles are not over yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna do that in the future. Like, even though I've heard some of these tracks before, there's still I just heard there's still a lot of tracks on here that I haven't heard yet. So, and I think these are like past singles and past songs that didn't quite make albums. So that's good. They're probably gonna be quality. So yeah, that was a 10 out of 10 album. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and a sub if you enjoyed the video. This was a cool video. I have a Discord server in the description if anyone would like to join, and I also have a Patreon which has some more reactions on there that you can unlock. $3 a month. But yeah, that's gonna conclude it for this video. Peace out, everyone.